Nature Deficit Syndrome. How disconnection from nature is affecting the human brain and mental health. Hello, friends. Have you ever noticed how your mind feels after spending time in nature? A quiet walk under trees, the sound of flowing water, the gentle touch of morning sunlight. Now compare that to hours spent in closed rooms, screens glowing, thoughts racing. Something changes, doesn't it? We are living in a time where human beings have become increasingly disconnected from the very environment that shaped our brain, our biology, and our consciousness. This is what researchers now call nature deficit syndrome. Not a disease in the traditional sense, but a silent, growing imbalance. An imbalance that affects our mental clarity, our emotional stability, our attention and focus, and even the deeper sense of who we are. Modern neuroscience shows that when we disconnect from nature, the brain shifts towards stress-dominant patterns. The default mode network becomes overactive, and the mind becomes more prone to anxiety, depression, and cognitive fatigue. But here is the deeper question. Is it just nature that we are disconnected from? Or have we also become disconnected from our own inner awareness? In this session, we will explore how nature shapes the human brain, what happens when that connection is lost, and how reconnecting with nature can become a powerful pathway not only to mental health, but to inner stillness and awareness itself. 2. The evolutionary mismatch. The human brain evolved in close interaction with natural environments. For thousands of generations, humans experienced natural daylight cycles, seasonal changes, natural sounds and smells, contact with soil and vegetation. Modern environments often lack these elements. This creates what scientists call an evolutionary mismatch. Our biology is adapted to conditions that modern life no longer provides. 3. Psychological effects of nature exposure. Research shows that natural environments have significant effects on the brain. Exposure to nature has been associated with reduced stress levels, improved mood, better attention and concentration, lower risk of anxiety and depression. Natural landscapes appear to calm brain regions associated with rumination and worry, particularly the prefrontal cortex. In contrast, highly urban environments can increase cognitive fatigue and mental stress. 4. Stress reduction and cortisol regulation. Spending time in natural environments can significantly reduce cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. The Japanese practice known as Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing, has been extensively studied. Research has shown that forest exposure can lead to lower blood pressure, reduced heart rate, decreased cortisol levels, improved mood. Even 20 to 30 minutes in a natural environment can produce measurable physiological benefits. 5. Nature and attention restoration. Urban environments require constant directed attention. Traffic signals, advertisements, screens, noise, and crowds. This continuous cognitive effort can lead to mental fatigue. Natural environments, however, stimulate what psychologists call soft fascination. Examples include flowing water, moving leaves, birdsong, clouds moving in the sky. These gentle stimuli allow the brain's attention systems to rest and recover. This concept is known as attention restoration theory. 6. Sunlight and circadian rhythm. Natural sunlight is essential for regulating the body's circadian rhythm. Sunlight exposure influences melatonin production, serotonin levels, sleep quality, Energy levels. Insufficient sunlight exposure has been linked with mood disorders, including seasonal affective disorder. Morning sunlight is particularly important because it helps synchronize the biological clock. 7. Microbial exposure and immune health. Natural environments contain diverse microbial communities. Contact with soil, plants, and outdoor environments may help maintain a healthy microbiome. This microbial exposure can influence immune regulation, inflammation, even brain function through the gut-brain axis. Highly sanitized indoor environments may reduce beneficial microbial diversity. 8. Physical activity in natural settings. Natural environments encourage movement. Activities such as walking in parks, hiking, gardening. Outdoor play combines several health benefits. Physical exercise, sunlight exposure, sensory stimulation, psychological relaxation. Research suggests that exercise performed in natural environments, green exercise, may produce stronger mood improvements than indoor exercise. 9. Children and nature. Children may be particularly vulnerable to reduced contact with nature. Limited outdoor exposure has been associated with reduced attention span, increased stress, lower physical activity, reduced creativity. Outdoor play in natural environments supports motor development, curiosity, emotional resilience. 10. Urbanization and mental health. Global urbanization is increasing rapidly. Today, more than half of the world's population lives in cities. Urban environments often involve limited green space, high noise levels, air pollution, reduced social connection. These factors may contribute to increased rates of stress-related mental disorders. Urban planning that includes green spaces and parks can help mitigate these effects. 11. Integrating nature into daily life. Simple practices can help reconnect people with natural environments. Examples include daily walks in parks or green spaces, gardening or plant care, spending time near rivers, lakes, or forests, outdoor meditation or breathing exercises. Even brief daily exposure to natural environments may support mental health. 12. Public health implications. The concept of nature deficit syndrome highlights an important public health issue. Modern societies may benefit from preserving natural environments, increasing access to urban green spaces, encouraging outdoor physical activity, promoting environmental awareness. Integrating nature into daily life may support both physical and mental well-being. 13. So friends, let us slow down. Allow space between sentences. So perhaps the problem is not that nature has disappeared, but that our attention has. The trees are still there. The sky is still vast. The earth is still holding us, quietly, patiently. But the mind has become too occupied, too stimulated, too disconnected. Nature deficit syndrome is not just about lack of greenery. It is about a deeper disconnection from rhythm, from stillness, from presence, and ultimately, from awareness itself. When you step back into nature, something profound happens. The nervous system begins to settle. The breath becomes effortless. Thoughts slow down. Not because you force them to, but because they are no longer needed in the same way. And in that space, you may begin to notice something subtle. Awareness. Simply aware. Not trying, not seeking, just present. So today, I invite you to do something very simple. Step outside, touch a leaf, feel the air, listen, not just with your ears, but with your whole being, because reconnecting with nature may be one of the most direct ways of reconnecting with yourself. Human beings evolved for hundreds of thousands of years in natural environments, forests, rivers, mountains, and open landscapes. For most of human history, daily life involved walking in natural surroundings, exposure to sunlight, contact with soil and plants, fresh air and natural sounds. However, in the last 100 to 150 years, rapid urbanization has dramatically changed our environment. Today, many people spend most of their time indoors, in artificial lighting, surrounded by screens, disconnected from natural ecosystems. Some scientists describe this growing separation as nature deficit syndrome. The term was popularized by Reconnected Love in his book. Although not a formal medical diagnosis, the concept highlights how reduced contact with nature may affect physical and mental health. Thank you, founder, Holistic Wellness Foundation. Imphal. Healing beyond boundaries.